In today's Who in Taiwan, our mystery person is a shining survivor. Now, guessing today on buzzer number 1 is Andrew Ryan. Buzzer number 2 is Leslie Liao. Okay, you guys ready? I have 60 seconds to guess.
Okay.
This person won the Golden Melody Award Best Album with Religious Content for her album You're My Most Beloved. She's the author of parenting books. She has a master's from Columbia University. She's an award-winning pianist. She married an American pastor and missionary and returned to Taiwan as missionaries. Her father was a prominent democracy activist who was jailed after the Kaohsiung incident. 40 years ago, on February 28th, she was stabbed 8 times in her home when she was just 8 years old. The murder also stabbed her 6-year-old twin sisters and grandma to death. When she was discovered, her lungs had been punctured. Many people prayed for her, and her doctors said her recovery was a miracle. The family murder was one of the most famous unresolved crimes in Taiwan. Last week, the Transitional Justice Commission published a report on its investigations. You know who she is, but you don't know her name, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I know she's one of the, is it Lin family?
The Lin family.
One of the daughters of the Lin
That's right.
family.
Her Chinese name is Lin Huanjun. Her English name is Judy Linton. This is the album which she won Golden Melody Award for.
Wow.
She's a musician, she's a missionary, she's an author, and just this past week there was news out about their case because the Transitional Justice Commission looked into it after some more files were declassified. And what they stated was state security forces were likely involved, but key evidence was destroyed, so they couldn't draw firm conclusions. So the report said that the Lin residence had been under surveillance and wiretapping for a year before the murders. The piece of evidence that was destroyed was a recording of a telephone call from that home at the time of the murders to a restaurant.
Wow.
And the National Security Bureau said, because they had destroyed the evidence, they had said that they didn't know about the murder at the time, but the commission said that's not true. And the commission said more files need to be declassified. Actually, the National Security Bureau has more files on hand. And they said not until 10 years later, so for national security reasons. So there are more files that need to be declassified to help figure out this
really important story, and a really tragic story in Taiwan's history, and an important story when it comes to transitional justice, really finding out what happened.
Exactly.
And her father went into politics.
Her father is Yi-hsiung, and he was the first DPP chairman. So he was one of the Kaohsiung 8. Actually, Taiwan's democracy came because of people like him. So, we do have to thank him and to give him justice.
Yeah, and again, just a reminder, so two of his daughters were killed, twins.
Right, and she survived
She
the
survived,
attack.
and then the mother was also
killed
at that. And at the time, Yi-hsiung was not at home.
He was in jail.
He was in jail.
He was being tortured. He was in jail. And then he went to jail for 12 years. And so she and her mother went to America. A group of Christians bought their home from them after it was murdered and turned it into a church.
Today, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she became a Christian in America and became a missionary. Let me show you a picture of her family now. It's a beautiful family.
So
she has 5 daughters.
She's in the back second from the left.
That's right. The left is on the back is her husband. They're in Taiwan. They started a church here. And I've interviewed her, actually, and I've actually met them. They're a wonderful family. I think she told me that what helped her heal was actually, her Christian faith and her music. And I do hope that, people can also try to find ways of healing victims, personal ways of healing. And I hope that the government can do more for victims like these families.
Well, this is a really great Who in Taiwan, especially considering tomorrow is 228, which is the, 73rd anniversary of the 228 or February 28th incident of 1947.
That's right. And also the 40th anniversary of
this
murder.
Happening. Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully the government will continue to look into this case and declassify files and to help these victims heal.